Hello, and welcome to Alzheimer's Texas Hidden Heroes Caregiver Celebration. I'm Ed Clements, and I'm so very honored to be here with you today. Please join me in partnering with this incredible organization that is equipping caregivers with the tools they need to best care for their loved ones. Get ready to be inspired, and we hope you'll consider giving today to continue the mission of this amazing and critical organization. Catherine, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thanks, Ed. Hi, I'm Catherine Campbell, Executive Director of Alzheimer's Texas. It's a privilege to share this time with you and celebrate the illuminating light caregivers bring into this world. It's safe to say that we have collectively experienced some stormy weather the past several months, but firmly believe there is strength in human connection, love, and unity. Like many of you, we have had to reimagine how we operate, and we are doing just that so we can make life a little easier and less daunting for individuals with neurological diseases, their caregivers, and families. I have a sneaking suspicion that you're here with us today because you care. You care about a loved one suffering a debilitating disease. You care about an individual who's being recognized for their selfless efforts and extraordinary ability to be a hidden hero. You care about an organization striving to be the sunshine on those cloudy days where they don't know where to turn. You can help us create more light and sunshine by donating today. Text HERO to 72572 or visit txalz.org to learn more about the impact you can make. Now we're going to hear from someone who knows the importance of shining a light in dark times, Alzheimer's Texas board member Bobby Jenkins.
The role of a caregiver, particularly as it relates to folks that have Alzheimer's or dementia, I can't think of a tougher role. It is a role that is very demanding, and it's a role that there's a lot of unknown and uncertainty. And when caregivers or family members are kind of then evolved into this position, it's hard. So the mission of Alzheimer's Texas is one of those ones that just really makes a lot of sense to me. And it's about, supporting the caregivers and supporting the families that are taking care of the person with Alzheimer's. And that just resonates with me. There's other ways and organizations that fund research and things like that. But for me, it just seems to make so much sense to be able to provide that education, that support, that guidance, that shoulder for families that are entering into kind of uncharted waters. And there's so much to know and to learn and to experience. And Alzheimer's Texas is really that support group that is there to help guide people through, again, like I said, these uncharted waters. Alzheimer's is one of those diseases that while you may not be personally affected today, I bet it's a safe bet that at some point you will. And while someone may not have an immediate family member today, there's somebody that you work with. There's somebody at your church. There's somebody on your child's soccer team that is affected by Alzheimer's and is struggling and needs that support, needs those access to resources, needs that information and education. And so supporting an organization like Alzheimer's Texas is really, really important because we're supporting caregivers, we're giving education, we're giving information, we're giving support, and people need what we do. And so when you're supporting Alzheimer's Texas, quite frankly, I really think you're supporting your community, you're supporting your friends, you're supporting people you may not even know, but they're part of Central Texas. And when you support them, you're making our community a better place.
As you can see, Alzheimer's can have far-reaching effects both within the immediate family that is impacted and far beyond. The resources we provide are critical to improving connection, enhancing knowledge, building community, and so much more. We need your support to continue providing these necessary resources to those that need it most.
My mom has always had a great memory. She's one of those types who can start talking about something that happened when she was a little girl in West Texas. And when she started forgetting things and forgetting the past, and more importantly, forgetting recent things, it hit us hard.
My stepfather was diagnosed with early stage dementia, Alzheimer's. It came to us as quite a shock because even though we knew it was coming, both of his parents had Alzheimer's. It wasn't until they were much older than he is currently. And so we kind of knew it was ahead of us, but we didn't think the journey would be so quick.
Alzheimer's has impacted our family in several ways. Both my husband's mother and my mother battled Alzheimer's until the end of their lives. And I was her caregiver. I was the person who went to see her every day. I was the person who was her advocate. I was the person that provided her love and support. And I was honored to do that because my mom was the world's best mom. She was always there for me, so I was honored to be there for her.
The role of the caregiver is so important. Again, my dad's 82, and he still loves my mom. He still values the marriage, and it's so hard on these hidden heroes to go through this, whether it's a husband, a wife, or someone just close to the family, that they give up so much.
You know, the role of a caregiver is paramount. It is unparalleled and unheralded work.
You need to be that source of strength and love and support for a person. And that's so key to the mental and physical well-being of anyone with Alzheimer's. We all need that special person in our life who loves you and looks out for you, but especially if you're dealing with something like Alzheimer's.
Most of us like to think that we can just do it on our own. And so there is that moment where you realize, I don't know what I'm doing. And I have to verbalize that in order to receive the help that I need.
It's so critical to understand that other families are dealing with this and you're not alone, and to reach out to places like Alzheimer's Texas where you can find the resources and support systems that you need to take care of your own mental and physical well-being and that of the person who is dealing with Alzheimer's every day.
And I think the most important thing about Alzheimer's Texas is the emphasis on local and keeping a circle and a net around doing things and keeping the resources and funding here at home. And that's essential.
It's helping the people close to home. It's the people that you see every day. And the biggest thing about Alzheimer's is that you don't understand how much it impacts so many different people.
I think the phrase hidden heroes is very appropriate because unless you've been a caregiver, it's hard to understand the type of sacrifices caregivers make every single day. So I think that means you're a hero. You know, you could be an unsung hero, a hidden hero, but I think that people who care for those with Alzheimer's definitely fall into the hero category.
I'm always so touched by the stories of caregivers, and those roads are difficult to walk alone. And that's why we do what we do at Alzheimer's Texas. Now we want to take a moment to recognize 10 deserving caregivers.
Our 2020 Caregiver Grant recipients are Jessica Argent, Tara Brizendine, Ruby Davis, Billy Marie Drake, Rose Meredith, Antonio Ornelas Grimsley, David Romero, Diane Stauber, Joe Taylor, Love Notes Chorus.
Hidden heroes are those that give so much and expect nothing in return. I was able to witness Team Hamilton come together and really work as a team to take care of their mother and to support her as she was dealing with Alzheimer's. These are the people that we're here to celebrate and recognize today.
Caregiving for Mom, as I look back, was going to make me cry, was one of the hardest things that we ever did, but one of the most rewarding things we did as a family. I think as I look back on that time, I bet all my sisters and brothers would say the same.
My mom was just a little fireball, you know, she was barely 5 foot. She was a little bitty Italian, 100% Italian mom that ran a pretty tight ship with a lot of love, but a tight ship.
She was a disciplinarian. We had our ducks in a row, but she had 5 kids. She had to, and 5 kids in 8 years, so that was a lot.
I always thought she was probably the most energetic, optimistic person in the room. She had probably one of the biggest can-do attitudes ever, and she was full of life.
Well, Mom was the glue to the family. She wanted to make our home fun and have some memories and build some family unity.
She had a meal on the table for us every single night. Homemade cookies, homemade cakes. She never bought any of that.
And she was a great cook. She took very much pride in setting a pretty table, and she made a lot of great food. I mean, she was a really good cook, so we were very spoiled like that.
My mom was a nurse. She wanted to be a neurosurgeon, but they didn't have the money for her to be a neurosurgeon. And she was an orthopedic nurse, and you can imagine this little 5'2" woman flipping over patients and whatnot, but she did it.
A nurse by profession, so she was very empathetic if you were sick. I mean, I married, and I'm like, oh, I want my mom, you know, because she took very good care of us.
She was a caregiver at her heart, and I look at my sister Betty, and she's got that gene, and it's amazing. Which is very admirable. Susan and Annie have it as well, but I don't think I've ever really considered myself to be one, but all of my sisters, I think they have it in their core, and I'm happy to be part of that group.
I think our mom taught us well. Our dad died of cancer in ’92, and we watched, and Mom was a good caregiver. I think it was instilled in us to just take care of parents. Mom, our mother's mother lived with us, and my father's father lived with us, so I think we saw that. But it was just almost as if it wasn't a question that we were going to do it.
I think the beginning, noticing, it was hard to see she was so brilliant, such a smart person suddenly fumble for words.
We saw different things, and just the acceptance of it too. I mean, we just getting her diagnosed and then just going, no, she'll get better. I mean, human nature, you think they're going to get better. I mean, this disease, you don't get better. Not yet.
I think the biggest challenge, well, besides just acceptance, I mean, accepting that this amazing woman was, not going to be the same. So that was a huge challenge and hard for all of us in different ways.
It's a progressive disease, and it's intermittent, and for our family, what worked for us, we began to divide out responsibilities. You know, we just did a lot of research and talking to people and talking to our doctors. I know Danny was more involved with Alzheimer's Texas and, would bring back a lot of information for us and stuff. But it just, I think my focus was just being there for Mom. Just being able to sacrifice for her and love for her because she did so much for us. But I loved those times. And we look back at some of the hardest times, but some of the most enriching times for our family. Being back in touch with my siblings and being able to, with my brothers and sisters, and the stories and the laughter, and we definitely all knew that we wanted to partake in her care and love her.
I just think if you have the opportunity to care for someone who spent the better part of their life caring for you, if you have that opportunity in the smallest possible way, I think you should do it.
We love how we were able to take care of her. It was worth every sacrifice, every trial. It was worth doing it because we know she was happy, she was well cared for.
One of my good friends from college said, when I called him and let him know that my mother passed away, and I said she passed away very peacefully and happy, surrounded by loves. He goes, well, she died the way she lived. And that made me feel really good.
It was such an honor and inspiration to be able to sit down with such an amazing family, and is now my pleasure to introduce Ross Moody to present our Caregiver of the Year Award.
As co-chairman of the Hidden Heroes Luncheon, I just want to congratulate Danny Hamilton and Team Hamilton on winning the Caregiver of the Year Award. Danny, congratulations. Congratulations to your family. You have earned this award, and I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you very much. On behalf of my three sisters, Susan Walton, Betty Munninger, Annie Holland, and myself, Danny Hamilton, again, we're very honored to accept this Caregivers Award, so thank you all very much.
What a tremendous family and example to us all, but their family's struggle with Alzheimer's is not unique. There are so many families in Texas that face that same tough road every day, and that's why this amazing organization exists.
Here in the great state of Texas, we can overcome any challenge if we work together, even one as great as Alzheimer's.
And when you support Alzheimer's Texas, you're helping untold numbers of Central Texans, both those with a diagnosis and the people who love them.
Together, we're bringing light to dark places and hope to the hurting. You can literally change lives by simply getting involved.
Alzheimer's Texas is an essential resource for information about Alzheimer's disease, its symptoms, and the latest advances in research. Knowledge is power, and the board, staff, and volunteers work hard to empower, inform, and inspire people across Central Texas to take control of their situation.
When my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, the first thing that she and I needed to do was find information. And the first place that we turned to was Alzheimer's Texas.
Alzheimer's Texas is second to none in programs and services they provide to our community, from information and referral services to education, training, consultation, support groups, research funding, advocacy, reminiscence programs, and weekly educational series. Alzheimer's Texas is striving every day to bring comfort and reassurance to families when they need it most.
Alzheimer's Texas helps people who are in a horrible situation work together, find solutions, and share comfort with one another.
It takes a massive combined effort to confront a disease that affects 5.8 million Americans and impacts 500,000 families in Texas alone. By providing a rallying point for volunteers, healthcare providers, and affected families, Alzheimer's Texas is making a significant difference right here in Central Texas.
Alzheimer's disease may not be in your home, but it is in your neighborhood, your church, your office, your community, and across your state. But you know, there's truly something remarkable about how Texans respond when they're needed. And when you give, you can literally change lives for the better.
If not in Texas, where?
If not now, when?
If not you, who? Please join us in supporting Alzheimer's Texas and give the gift of hope.
Howdy, y'all. Hello, Ed. What an incredible mission that we have the opportunity to serve today. You're hearing the stories from those in our community that are touched by Alzheimer's and dementia brings to light just how critical the mission of Alzheimer's Texas is. Now, we're so thankful for you joining us today. We cannot wait to see the impact you all make. And to the caregivers and family members we just heard from, you truly are heroes. Thank you for your courage and your commitment. Now, to participate and to give to Alzheimer's Texas is super simple today. Just take you to a donation page where you're able to select the amount you'd like to give. I love that there's a place to make gifts in honor or in memory of someone special. What an incredible way to honor friends and family that have been touched by this incredibly difficult disease. Again, you're going to text HERO to 72572, or if you prefer, you can visit txalztexalz.org and give there.
Heath, it's so good to be with you, and right now we have an incredible opportunity. Alzheimer's Texas is serving in uncharted waters, as my buddy Bobby Jenkins said, but Texans are resilient. This organization is seeing critical needs, and together we can provide resources to the front lines through Alzheimer's Texas. If at any time today you have a question or aren't quite sure about paying online, feel free to call the helpline, and that number is 512-241-0420, 512-241-0420.
Through your generosity today, we are going to fill up Texas. You'll see what I mean in a second. But county by county, we're going to fill up Texas and provide a lasting impact to our family, our friends, and our neighbors. Because we have a big vision that covers a really vast area. We have big goals today. But we know with your help that we can reach more families that need the support now more than ever. Okay, here we go. It's time to move mountains, y'all. I'm going to encourage you to each give at least one level. You can give at multiple levels. We are asking for several levels today. We're about to go through those, but give it at least one, hopefully several. And our first level we'd love for you to consider is $10,000. Now, this giving level, as you see on the screen, it provides a half-day educational symposium. I was fascinated by this. This symposium provides resources to our caregivers. Now, remember, these are the heroes, y'all. $10,000 provides the heroes a hand up in the fight against Alzheimer's and other dementia diseases.
Heath, you're right. They're truly heroes. These symposiums are indeed life-changing moments and are fully funded with a $10,000 gift. So give now. Alzheimer's Texas believes that with proper training, education, and support, caregivers can have a meaningful and rewarding caregiving experience without significant detriments to their personal well-being. Caregivers who attend the symposium gain knowledge they can directly apply. Attendees also gain a sense of community from visiting with other caregivers and learning about local resources available to them. I know that this year's virtual symposium has reached nearly 2,000 people, and that number continues to grow, Heath.
Unbelievable. What a blessing that during this crazy year of COVID, Alzheimer's Texas was able to reach so many more families this year and equip them with the knowledge and tools in the past. It's been limited to those attending in person, but this year, a pivot reached more folks. Now, y'all, this is the moment to step up and give big. We know $10,000 is a big gift, and Ed, it might hurt for a second. But tomorrow it's going to feel dang good, isn't it?
You'll feel good. You'll feel good with this. You will.
So this is the moment. The more people we can get at our first three levels is going to make a significant impact. With a big goal, we've got to get folks in at the top levels in order to get there. I urge you, think about this. I urge you to make your gift in honor or in memory of someone affected by this disease. The special people in your life, think about them. Think about the legacy that this would leave for them. It's an opportunity to honor them and how much they mean to you.
And you know, Heath, Alzheimer's has touched my family in the last 6 months. A dear relative has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and one of my best buddies is in the early stages. So as Mike Barnes said earlier, and Bobby, it's there. It's in your family. It's in your neighborhood. It's at your church. So these people need our help, and caregivers especially need our help.
Thanks for sharing that, Ed. We definitely want to lift these folks up. Look at this, guys. Okay, so it looks like we're getting some donations in. South Texas is beginning to fill up. Here in a minute, what our hope is that Texas goes from blue to white. We're going to keep filling up the map. The counties that are filling up right now is because of your generous giving. Your donations, they're going to make a huge impact today. Just text to give. All you have to do is open up your text box. The number you want to enter is 72572 and text the word hero. When you text the word hero to that number, then you are going to be prompted to give at the donation level of your choice. I have an exciting announcement. We have the Moody Foundation just came in big with a $25,000 gift.
Oh, man, thank you, Ross. Ross and family, thanks so very much for your support. Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Danny Hamilton and family, thank you so much for your donation as well. And thank you for your family for sharing that incredible story. I thought it was so touching to see how him and the three ladies all came together, and they were just honored to serve in that way.
And they are a family, and they were there for their mother. Alzheimer's disease is a chronic illness that requires a special, unique approach by loved ones and caregivers. Today, we want to thank and honor our caregiver grant recipients. Tara Bizendine, one of our honored heroes, is a caregiver for her mom and as ultimate Alzheimer advocate in Bertram, Texas. Thank you, Tara, so very, very much for your service to your family.
Okay, y'all. So I'm going to move on. That doesn't mean that you can't donate 10,000 or more here in a minute. We had the donation of greater than. So y'all, 10,000 or more right now is the time. Just text 72572. Text the word hero. Now our second level that we're asking you for today is $5,000. Now I'm interested to hear your take on this. This sponsors a county-wide memory walk to help raise awareness about Alzheimer's and to honor those who have succumbed to the disease. So think of the exponential impact you'll have on these folks who are suffering and their hero caregivers.
Well, as my buddy Bobby Jenkins says, we can't think of a tougher role anyone can have play as that of a caregiver for someone suffering from Alzheimer's. It's a role that is very demanding with so much unknown, and it's extremely difficult. Now, these walks are fantastic, Keith. Speaking of my buddy Bobby Jenkins, we have competitions between ABC Home and Commercial Services versus KLBJ Radio and Waterloo Radio. Who can get more people involved? These are special days, and not only are these county-based walks the primary source of revenue for our organization, but they're critical in supporting our caregivers to have the education, meaningful knowledge, and tools to provide the best care possible. Giving at this level truly will have exponential impact across our great state and provide necessary resources to our heroes so they can thrive and give the best care possible for their loved ones.
Amen, Ed. This level is huge, and making a gift in honor or in memory of a loved one will add to their legacy and provide support for our neighbors across Texas. So think about that, the legacy, the honor of your loved one. That will provide the exponential care and support to the caregiver heroes. People need what Alzheimer's Texas does. A gift at this level makes our community a better place.
That is so true, Heatho. 100% of the funds we raise at Alzheimer's Texas stays in Texas.
I love that.
Again, it stays in Texas. Something I love about this organization, Alzheimer's Texas, is 100% privately funded by individuals, special events, corporations, and grants from foundations, and the administrative costs are well below the national standard. Our friend Tara Bizendine, who's known as the Princess of Bertram and is a 2020 caregiver recipient, said, "I choose to walk with Alzheimer's Texas because it's an organization that money raised actually goes to help people." We're helping people right now, and this is what love is about. The organizations love to see the Alzheimer's community to come together and really be there to support each other. We have to create awareness and become one as we go through this together.
That says it all, Ed. I'm truly blown away, y'all. We need your help to boost support and continue helping caregivers in the Lone Star State. Now, be sure to save the date and register for the Travis County Walk. Is that the one y'all compete in?
That's a big one at Camp Mabry. It's going to be on May 8th. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Everybody needs to come out there.
That's right. May 8th, Camp Mabry. Go ahead and save that date. Get a group mobilized together to go out there, walk, support, raise awareness. Y'all, okay, we have some more donations coming in. Texas is continuing to, ooh, there we go. There we go. I saw a couple names come in. Debbie Hanna, thank you for jumping in.
Debbie.
Good to see you, Debbie, and all you do for this organization. Y'all, Texas is continuing to fill up. Text HERO to 72572. Ed, it looks like we're raising some money.
That's right.
For obviously incredible reasons. Now,
yeah, we want to keep it going. And I want to mention a few other caregiver grant recipients who are changing the lives of their loved ones. Jessica Argett leads Hideout Kids that provides classes tailored to youth and young adults, Heath. Thank you so very much. Ruby Davis has demonstrated devotional care for her husband and is often learning new ways to best care for him. Thank you so much, Ruby. Thank you.
I'm blown away the more that I learn about these heroes and the sacrifice, the effort, the heart, the love that they pour into this. And so obviously at these first two levels we've told you about is support for our caregivers, for these hidden heroes, and letting them provide the best support to those that they're caring for. Okay, our next level, y'all don't stop. We're going to keep going. Our next level we're asking for is $2,500. A gift at this amount provides training, think about that, to create, maintain, and grow support in respite groups in rural communities throughout Texas. And I love how Judy Maggio said that her mother was always there for her, so it was an honor for her to be there for her mother.
Yeah, Heath, that was truly a beautiful moment. Judy is a hero. And when you talk about the training, a $2,500 gift would provide to a support group. It's almost unfathomable to imagine the impact that the training can have all across our great state. There are currently 58 groups listed throughout Central Texas in 33 cities and in 18 counties. A gift in honor of a loved one at this level is really, really special and will be a legacy gift that creates long-term support to a large group of heroes. In 2019, we educated 1,627 Central Texans through 61 classes and events. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to give right now.
And the reason that was able to happen in 2019 is because people gave at this level.
Yes.
In the years previous to that. And so I also found it interesting when I read from Sarah Burka. You know Sarah.
I know Sarah very well, and her husband Paul.
Yeah, she's a member of Talking Baseball Early Stage Support Group, and you were sharing a little bit about that group with me earlier. And as a baseball fan myself, I'm like falling in love with this effort and the impact that it can have. Now, Sarah says that Talking Baseball is one of the few dementia programs that appeal to men. It provides information and entertainment on a variety of topics from baseball to television to movies and music, and the presenters work hard to engage the dementia participants. And Sarah said that is the most important thing to her. So thank you, Sarah. We're so grateful for what you share and the support that you provide.
Yeah, Talking Baseball is special, Heath, because we get former Longhorn baseball players, major leaguers to come and talk to the group, and the group lights up, and it is really fascinating. You're invited anytime you want to join us, Sarah. It's fun.
Well, I'm a big baseball fan, and you just touch real quick on the response that you've seen it have.
It's amazing for some people who really are not engaging, and once you talk about the 1965 New York Yankees, kaboom, they'll talk about Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Whitey Ford, and it's really special to see this interaction with men in Austin, former baseball players who are giving back to Alzheimer's Texas. I love it. And in 2019 alone, Alzheimer's Texas served 634 early stage clients and their families through tele-support groups and Talking Baseball social engagement program.
634.
Wonderful, wonderful organization. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Y'all, HERO. Just text the word HERO to 72572 if you can give $2,500 right now. It looks like Texas is filling up. Is that Laura and Steve Burline? They just came in with a $5,000 with a large gift. Ed.
Thank you, Laura and Steve.
Thank you so
Laura
much.
is on the board of Alzheimer's Texas. Thank you, Laura, for your dedication to the board. Our friend Aaron Gray, who you heard in the video, Whole Foods Market, Wendy and Bill Payne. Fantastic.
Oh my gosh,
giving.
yeah, Texas is filling up. Wendy and Bill Payne just jumped in. You said Whole Foods and the Gray. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. It's feeling good. And y'all, if you saw what Ed and I were looking at, and it's a camera and some TV screens, and we wish all of you were here with us, but you're looking at your screen and you're texting to give, and it feels really good to know that although we can't be in the room together, we're all here together supporting this great mission. And
next year we will.
That's right.
Next year we'll be someplace special.
We're feeling the love. Are you feeling the love?
I'm feeling the love. I always do. I want to mention another caregiver grant recipient who's changing the lives of their loved ones. Billy Marie Drake was the sole caregiver for her husband for 12 years. She helped establish the respite program in Burnett. Billy Marie, you are a hero. Thank you for all that you do, Billy Marie. Thank you so much.
I love these stories.
I do too.
And you know, there was hundreds of stories to choose from, and the impact, the amount of people that are jumping in. It just, I love what Bobby said, that it's affecting everyone. And so we're hearing these stories, and we're going to share just a few of these stories. Thank you all so much that have jumped in and given so far at our first 3 levels. Okay, we're going to move on to our next level. We would love for you to consider giving at the $1,000 level. You see the impact on the screen, but if you haven't given yet, this right here, this is your level. $1,000 actually sponsors a visitation booth that allows families to have close yet safe contact with a loved one during COVID-19. Super relevant right now, y'all. The booths help improve overall quality of life for individuals living in these facilities in the midst of a modern crisis. And we're all being impacted by the coronavirus.
So far, Heath, these booths have been secured at care facilities in Caldwell, Bell, and Hays County. Now, 3 booths may not sound like a lot, but 210 individuals living at the 3 care facilities means that over 200 families are able to safely visit with their loved ones. American Institute for Architects and Workforce Solutions Capital Area have partnered with us to design these booths, and several local high school students were given the opportunity to help design and build them. These booths were also featured as part of the Austin Design Week this past Tuesday, helping once again to bring awareness to this great need and we're unexpectedly faced with. But these booths are fantastic. They really are.
So it's super relevant right now. It's been taking place this week. We have several already funded, over 200 families. But, you know, I have some exciting news.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's Texas actually just last week was awarded by the Alzheimer's Foundation of America Brodsky Innovation Award, which was a $25,000 grant. $25,000 to help support this exact program.
Heath, this annual grant provides $25,000 in funding for only one Alzheimer's Foundation of America nonprofit member organization per year.
Only one in the country. Wow.
For an innovative program that improves the lives of individuals with Alzheimer's disease or other related illnesses. This grant will help fund supplies, equipment, and training for the design and construction of the social booths at rural memory care facilities throughout the Central Texas area.
Hey, it looks like Bobby Jenkins just jumped in. Thank you, Bobby. Thanks for the video. Great job. I know, longtime supporter of Alzheimer's Texas. Great to see you always. Thank you so much for all that you do. Learning that a loved one has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it can be overwhelming and challenging at any time. I know you mentioned you just learned about a couple of
dear friends, family members.
Yeah, and this year, the global pandemic, think about the additional burden that it's added on these families and the caregivers. So it's incredible that Alzheimer's Texas actually recognized that need out front and created immediate solutions to improve the quality of life for individuals in care facilities and their families during this time. Just text HERO to 72572. I know, so there's donations coming in on my screen. We have Texas is continuing to, oh, there it goes. It just jumped up for us.
No,
it's continuing to fill up. So, Ed, we have some folks jumping in right here, right now.
Dr. Char Yu, one of our board members. Thank you, Char. Sonny Smith, a really wonderful board member of Alzheimer's Texas. Hazel Campbell, a big supporter of Alzheimer's Texas. And my friend Rita Hortenstein of Dallas, a leader in Alzheimer's, not only in Dallas, she's on our Austin board and really known nationally for her support of things all Alzheimer's. Thank you very much, Rita. And I want to mention a few other caregiver grant recipients who are changing the lives of their loved ones. Rose Meredith has worked with Visiting Angels for 16 years and provides her clients with care while having a constant smile on her face. Thank you, Rose. Antonia Ornelas Grimsley became a caregiver for her mom months after giving birth to twins. She ensures that the entire family is taken care of in the ways that each other needs. Thank you for all you do.
Texas is continuing to fill up some incredible stories. To everyone that we're mentioning, all these heroes, I'm blown away by what you give and sacrifice. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Okay, our next up, we're not going to keep you all much longer, but we are going to urge you to keep giving.
Right.
And if you've already given once, we just have a couple of levels left. We would love for you to give one more time. Our next level is $500. Now, a gift at the $500 level, I love this. If you want something real tangible, a gift at this level sponsors an interactive pet that's been proven to help improve the morale of patients in care facilities. Companion pets are designed to bring comfort and companionship and fun to elder loved ones. Now, you can fund one or multiple interactive pets and give joy. And remember, this is in honor or in memory of a loved one.
Heath, these are really, really wonderful things with realistic fur and pet-like sounds and sensors that respond to petting and hugs with familiar pet-like actions. Therapy pets have a remarkable effect on women and men in the middle and latter stages of Alzheimer's disease. They're calming, they're soothing, and they bring the person back to a time when they felt useful and had a sense of purpose when caring for a young family member was the number one priority. Beautiful, beautiful things happen with these pets. It's really, really special.
Yeah, this is a big level. If you have not given yet, whether you've been supporting Alzheimer's Texas for years or this is your first ever experience, we would urge you to jump in right now at the $500 level. Remember, just text HERO. Just text HERO, and you'll be able to make a donation right here at this level. Now, pet therapy, it helps patients escape from a world where someone is always caring for them. I thought that was fascinating. You know, Alzheimer's Texas has made an immediate impact during this tough time by donating these friendly companions to memory care facilities. So think about that. Alzheimer's Texas has already been giving these companion pets to the memory care facilities across Central Texas. Let's fund more of those. Just text the word HERO. HER. Oh, hey, it's filling up. It's filling up. Text the word HERO to 72572. Fund 1, Fund 2, even 5 companion pets would make a huge difference. Gene Jenner, thank you very much for jumping in there, Gene.
Sandra White, thank you, Sandra. Day and Mark Ferris, thank you very much for being part of this.
Gerald Abbott, thank you so much. And Ross Moody, thank you for all you've done for the success of this event and this organization as well.
Dr. Ron DeVere, a former president of our group. Thank you, Dr. Ron, for giving, and thank you for all you've done over the years for Alzheimer's Texas.
And
sir.
Stephen Remen. You know Stephen?
I'm going to get to know Stephen.
Yeah, you better, Ed. You better, Ed. You know everyone. I've asked you about all these names today, and it's fascinating how many of these folks that you know. But also, it looks like there's folks jumping in from all over Texas that we don't know, and that's a great thing for Alzheimer's Texas.
That is a wonderful thing. These caregiver grant recipients are changing the lives of the loved ones out there. Heath, Diane Stauber works with the Special Friends Ministry of Celebration Church and ensures that adults with special needs are engaged and happy. Thank you, Diane, for the work you do.
And Joe Taylor.
Yeah, Joe Taylor is a caregiver for his mom while having a full-time job and being a jack of all trades for the Thursday Club in Temple. Thank you for the many ways that you help so many people, Joe. Thank you very much.
My in-laws are from Temple, Joe. Thank you very much for serving in that area. Fasil Haloum, thank you for jumping in at this level very much. Good to see you.
Also, Ronnie Huffstickler, thank you, Ronnie, very much for giving to Alzheimer's Texas.
Phillips Nazro, we appreciate your generous gift today.
Todd Russell, thank you for being part of the day's activities. Thank you, Todd.
And Arthur Catterall, thank you very much. We've got folks jumping in from all over, Ed.
We do.
Texas is continuing to fill up. Okay. I promise we're almost done. Hopefully you're not almost done. Our next level today is $250. And I love how meaningful this level is. It meant a lot to me. I think it will to you as well. It's a great way to make a gift. Keep this in mind in honor of a loved one. Just $250 will help fund our growing quilt group that creates anxiety blankets that help reduce the feelings of loneliness and isolation and depression. And to date, over 200 have already been donated in over 20 communities.
This is so simple, but it is so very important. And these quilts have been made and generously donated by Be Friends in San Marcos and the San Marcos Unitarian Fellowship. They reduce anxiety, they calm nerves, they provide comfort and promote deep sleep. This program also includes fidget blankets, which is a quilt that has several different objects attached to it that stimulates the senior and keeps them focused on an activity and thereby reduces emotional escalation that leads to agitation. It can relieve their boredom too. These are really, really special quilts that really do help.
Yeah, for sure. Sensory stimulation for those who are struggling with dementia can be soothing. And for those who are agitated, it provides calming response for seniors who are in distress due to dementia. Now, this is fascinating too. The blanket can actually keep a person busy for quite a while, fidgeting with all the interesting objects in her lap that don't fall off. Now, please consider providing one or even multiple anxiety blankets for only $250 each by texting the word HERO to 72572. Even if you've already given today, an additional gift of $250 will provide comfort and help alleviate loneliness to our neighbors. Texas is continuing to fill up. Hey, Brad Hassick is online and donating. Thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you so much, Brad, for doing
Mary
this.
Jane Gallagher's jumping in.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. Julie Tizer, thank you, Julie, for what you're doing for our organization.
Catherine Burton, thank you for your generosity.
There's Diana Martin giving. Thank you, Diana.
And Diana Patterson as well. Thank you so much.
Lee Mundigger, thank you, Lee, for what you're doing for Alzheimer's Texas.
Coleman Young, thank you very much for jumping in. Texas is filling up. It feels great.
And thank you, Tiffany Francis. Thank you, Robert Craven, for giving to Alzheimer's Texas. We want to take a moment to honor Love Notes Chorus. They're a choir dedicated to those with Alzheimer's and dementia, and they've got a tremendous impact on people suffering from this disease. Thank you so much to this wonderful choir.
Philip Nazar just jumped in and donated again. That's a perfect example of multiple levels, multiple gifts. Thank you very much, Phillips. Golly.
Cindy Holmes. Cindy, thank you for being with us.
Jill Finetti. Thank you very much, Jill, for jumping in.
Great supporters of Alzheimer's Texas. Molly and Ed Sharp, longtime friends. Great people. Thank you, Molly and Ed, for what you do. Look, my friend Marcy Dell, a board member of Alzheimer's Texas. Marcy, thank you for your service to Alzheimer's Texas, and thanks for giving today, Marcy. Thanks.
All that you do for our community, Marcy. We genuinely appreciate it. Now, our last level today is $100. Now, $100 goes a long ways with Alzheimer's Texas. This level funds an entire month of care consultations with a trained expert that offers guidance and solutions to behavioral issues.
This is so very important. Defined as calls that take longer than 15 minutes and require a higher level of support with in-depth information and individualized attention. Care consultants are a great resource for families needing guidance on how to love and care for that loved one. This is the basic for what we do. They pick up the phone and call and say, I need help. What can I do? And our consultations and the people who work the phones are excellent, and it's really the first step for a lot of people.
Cindy McCann, thank you very much for jumping in. Think about this quote from our friend Shannon Johnson Quaife, PhD. She's the program director at Alzheimer's Texas. Here's her quote. When your loved one is diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it can be confusing and overwhelming to figure out the next steps to take, much less how to plan for years of care as the disease progresses. When someone receives an Alzheimer's or dementia care consultant, they are guided through that process. We take the time to share, to listen to their situation, and to provide information and referrals to services that help them in the process. We discuss living options and assist them in creating a caregiving plan as well. She continued to, that. Thank you so much, very much, Shannon. We genuinely appreciate all that you do as a hero. Y'all, if you've already given today, an additional gift of $100 goes a long way. It funds an entire month of care consultation.
Carlene Wyndham, thank you so much, Carlene, for giving today. Samantha Edson has given us some great money. The Gray Cloud Group, Heath has given today too.
Yeah, John Barnes, thank you for jumping in. I see Catherine Mundinger. I see Adern Charitable Fund. Good to see you guys and gals on here.
Debbie Pearson, thank you, Debbie. Thank you for helping. Look at the state move up. We're moving
I
up.
know, we're moving up. It's filling the state. Just text HERO to 72572. I think I said Debbie Pearson, but Sarah Burka, we talked about her earlier, one of our heroes.
Thank you, Sarah, for what you do. My friend Leslie Cedar, thank you, Leslie, former board member of Alzheimer's Texas. Thank you, Leslie, for supporting once again, and a great friend of the Hamilton family as well.
Irene Johnson, Sally Christensen, Cindy McCann, each of you, thank you very much.
Alexander Laddage, thank you, Alexander, for donating. Sherry Spear, thank you, Sherry.
Doris Coleman jumps in and is giving right now. Wayne Miller, thank you very much for texting in and for giving. Y'all do not stop. It looks like Texas is filling up. We have a little way to go, but seriously.
We're getting up the panhandle, you know.
We are, and we love them too.
We're just about La Mesa, headed towards Lubbock and Amarillo.
That's right. That's right. Now, we're not asking y'all to fill Oklahoma. We would never do that, but we are asking you to fill Texas.
And thank you so much for giving big, for opening your hearts to better equip friends and families and better care for our loved ones.
Ed, if we didn't call out an amount that they want to give, whether they want to give $10 or $10,000, every single dollar counts. All they have to do is text 72572, the word HERO. No amount is too big or too small. Literally every single dollar counts. $100 can fund an entire month of the caregiving consultation, and you know that we need more symposiums funded at the $10,000 level and everything in between.
Remember, all the money stays here in the state of Texas. It doesn't go out of state. Your money will support your friends and your neighbors and what Alzheimer's Texas does. That's why I love this group. The money stays here, and we are so grateful for all your support in this credible, life-changing funds that you have raised through your generosity. Thank you so very much. We are so very grateful.
I'm absolutely honored to spend time, Ed, today with you and to all the generous folks that are watching online and supporting this great mission. God bless you guys. Now we're going to turn it back over to Catherine. Y'all don't stop giving, but Catherine is going to close out this incredible event.
There will be brighter days ahead if we continue to support each other through tough times such as an Alzheimer's diagnosis. We encourage you to share this link with your friends and family so that we can continue making an impact in Central Texas. Please feel free to reach out to us anytime. We're always here to help. Thank you again for joining us today. Let's all continue to be Texans that help Texans.